Good afternoon. I'm calling this meeting to order. Welcome to the Sedro Woolley Rotary Club, the best Rotary Club in the... We'll start the meeting with an invocation with Daryl Stiles.
Our Father in heaven, we bow before thee and thank thee for this wonderful weather and the opportunity to gather together as friends and Rotarians. We're grateful for the service that the Rotary Club offers to our community and for the community in which we live. We're also grateful for the Mariners and their success in the last few games and pray that they might continue. We pray that thou might now bless this food to the body of those who partake, and that we might enjoy our association together today and do so in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. All right, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, please join in the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And today's song is with the incredible singer, Brock Stiles.
Hey. Well, and it's not true, but I'm replacing Keith Sorsted today, so it's going to rub off. Mariners are ahead right now. Well, plug your ears. 4-2, they're ahead. So anyway, we're going to do a rousing rendition of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." So let's do this. Take me out to the ball.
Take me out to the lines of peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't know if I ever take backwards. Root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game.
Thanks, sir.
All right. I like it. All right. Do we have any visiting Rotarians today? Oh, we have one visitor I see. And since the microphone is in transit, I'll just go ahead and introduce the one, the only David Lukov, our former District 50/50 governor and incoming president-elect for the Mount Vernon Rotary Club. Yeah. All right. Any other visiting Rotarians? All right. Do we have any just plain old visitors today besides our program? Anyone? All right. Let's get straight to club business. So if you read the email, and I know that about half of you do and half of you don't, so I'll announce it here too. The city had an opportunity to have the floors in the community center refinished at a substantial discount the week of May 12th. So please mark your calendar that our May 15th meeting is canceled. And that would be our anniversary week. So Carl, if you can please make sure Yulia saw the email. We're going to move it to the following weekend or the following week, if that works for her. So May 22nd instead. You know, we'll find someone to buy some roses and do some celebrating in May. We got it. All right. Note to self. Yulia is gone. All right. Got it. All right, past playground, you guys all read it. We've got the check, that's covered. And John talked to Mike talked to John. We've got that all figured out. If you have any questions, ask Mike Schweiger. He's in the know. Epic Day of Service on Saturday, May 17th. I know you all have that on your calendar. I'm expecting a really big turnout from our club. Lynn Tucker, do you have any details? Oh, great. I can't wait to hear it.
All right, just a little bit of this. We're going to try to lean on some of our other clubs in the area as well for some expertise. But we are going to need some people that'll step up to manage 2 or 3 of our different projects. Like I said last time, we broke it up into different areas of, I guess, little different focus areas. And I'm gonna get with Rebecca, and we're going to talk about some of the bigger things that we're going to be needing, and wait for Mark Nielsen to get back. Apparently, he's got some of the access to dump trailers or something like that. We're going to work out a few more of the details, but we'll be sending out a little more information, probably a little better information next week. But I'll have Ruth send out the basics of this if anybody wants to see it. You've got the email that I sent last night. If you read my email, did you read? See? That has kind of the overall layout of what we're going to be doing. We got a lot to do, and hopefully we're going to get a lot of help from our other clubs.
All right. And auction. Do any of our auction chairs have any announcements here today besides Christina? You're coming up. Danny, we have 54 tickets left. If you know anyone who hasn't bought tickets, have them go online. And remember, you need to register, and then you need to click on the ticket tab and buy your ticket. Just registering does not buy your ticket. If you haven't entered a credit card, you probably haven't bought a ticket, and you might think you have. And if you need help, Danielle is very, very good at entering credit card numbers into the system. She's great. She is happy to help spend some money. All right. So hopefully you all read the email. I was busy doing Rotary stuff over the weekend. We have Dr. Lee Harmon will be visiting our club in June to talk about his kind of District 50/50 initiative. It's called the Miss Vicky Challenge. And he's trying to raise money through the Miss Vicky Challenge to help the Polio Plus campaign. And I asked what the highest donation was, and he said it was the Bellingham Sunrise Club, and they donated $5,000. And I'd love to donate the same, or maybe 5,001, because I'm competitive like that, and I want to be the highest donor. And they are going to make the announcement. It's a big surprise for Dave Duskin, our District 50/50 governor, for the district conference. And so I'm proposing that we donate the $5,000, maybe 5,001, from unused service project funds from our club's foundation. So today I'm just looking for a motion and a second. All right, it's been moved and seconded to donate. Oh, for 5,000 or 5,001? Ooh. Oh, I like that. That's fun. That was good. Gosh, there's a reason why Rick Limley was Rotarian of the Month. All right, so I have a motion to donate $5,050 and a second by Christina. All those in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? All right, we'll get that check in the mail or however that works. And thank you for that. That's exciting because I like to beat Bellingham. And speaking of the auction, dessert dash, we're really close to the finish line, but we still need about 5 more desserts for the dessert dash. And I know that those of you who read your emails know that this helps us raise the most money of any item at our auction. Last year, it raised over $14,000. So if you have a famous family recipe, our favorite bakery, you like to go to Costco and buy a cheesecake, we're easy. We just need desserts. So now's the time to let Christina, who actually made it in person. Hello, Christina. Hi. Today, and if you can let her know if you can make a dessert and bring it, you'll be bringing it to the auction itself. You'll want to get there a little bit early. And I believe Becky Eldey is helping set up at the auction. So please see Christina, let her know, even if you don't make it from scratch, we're okay with that. Bakery stuff is fine. All right, new members. We have several new members. If you have not sent me a photo, Tiffany Boggs is the only one who has sent me a photo, so I know the rest of you have not. You need to email me a professional headshot, please. And if you don't have one, you can stand next to the stonework and I'll take a cell phone photo and it'll be just great too. It won't be as pretty. I probably won't use any filters. It definitely, some of the, oh, and that reminds me, some of the longtime Rotarians, you do not look the same. You might need a new photo. So I'm just saying, some of you have photos in there from 20 plus years ago because it's been in the brochure in the Rotary booklet since I was a new member. And people, I was 27 when I joined. I'm almost 50. Come on. Okay, so new members, new photos, long time. I'm not saying old, long time members, new photos perhaps as well. All right. Let's see. Announcement also, Paul Harris committee members. There's a meeting after this meeting today. See Mark Venn. And just some reminders for May. So we have an open program on May 8th. Chris and Neil are not available for that date's program. So if you have any ideas for last minute ideas, let me know. Otherwise, oh, I see Don. Don, okay, perfect. Oh, excellent. All right, Don Stryker, High Mountain Fishing. Oh, may have to bring fins to that one. Okay. Yes. What was that? We're talking about the auction on May 1st. So that way we have time to do any planning. And then May 8th, we're not going to the auction site right after, like normal. We don't go until 5 o'clock. So it doesn't necessarily have to be tied to the auction that day. Let's see. In May, Josh Requay is in charge of the raffle and being the greeter, but I'd like to also have our new members help. So if you have a day in May that works for you, let Josh know, and you'll get to sit over in this chair and you'll get to greet people as they walk in. You'll get to say hello, good afternoon, good morning if they're early. You'll get to have them buy a $5 raffle ticket. You'll get to show them the wheel. You'll get to make them feel welcome. It's a great gig. Rick Limley does it often because people don't show up. Help Rick out. Don't make him sit there. It'll be great. Let's see. Jeff McCann is in charge of songs. And let's see. Oh, Carl and Yulia are sergeant at arms, or perhaps just Carl. May, are you here? All right. Well, I can't wait. And as always, just let me know if you want to volunteer to do the invocation. Thank you, Daryl Skiles, for always being willing to pray. I really appreciate that. And any other announcements? Did I miss anyone? All right. Then this week, I'm not going to forget, we have a raffle.
We'll let the professional do it here.
Do you want to announce it? You announce it.
We have 23. Okay, spin it and see what we got. Okay, $5. You broke even. Good work. Okay, next we have 43. 43. Okay, Howell's Drive-In, $25.
Nice.
And last one, 39, 39.
Ah, the lucky table up front.
Yeah. See what happens to you if you sit up front. Okay, not a cougar or a husky pay $2 each. Money coming in, what a deal.
Okay, so for Sergeant at Arms, I was actually gonna do this one last week, but we didn't have time to get to it. So we're gonna have some random questions about the Masters Golf Tournament that was 2 weeks ago.
Hey, we have folks that can't hear. So if
You
you're
guys hear me now?
talking,
Okay, so when asked in a press conference what he enjoyed most about the Masters, Dustin Johnson replied, "Honestly, I like all the sandwiches they've got here. There are 8 sandwiches available this year. 2 of them are Masters Classics and half the price of the other 6. Name one of those 2." That's correct. How much they cost? That's $1. Okay, for you guys, Harvey Pinnock's Little Red Book is one of the best instructional golf books of all time. There's an entire chapter dedicated to Titanic Thompson, who was a legendary gambler. He played Pinnock at Austin Country Club and tried to get him to bet, which he wouldn't do. But later on, when he opened the paper, he saw that his playing partner had won the Masters. What was his name? It's Herman Kaiser. And what was the year? 46, $2. All right, for you guys, the par 3 12th at Augusta National is one of the most iconic holes on the entire course. During the final round of the 2020 Masters, Tiger Woods played one of the worst holes of his entire career there. What did he score? Double bogey? He got a 10. And what was the name of the hole? It's not aw shit, it's Golden Bell. That'll be $2. All right. Only one US president became a member of Augusta National. He lobbied to have a tree that was named after him cut down, allegedly because he hit it so often. Who was the president? Eisenhower. And on what hole was the tree? The 17th, $1. Okay. For you guys, only one gloveless player has won the Masters tournament in the last 50 years. On the 12th hole, his tee shot landed short and seemingly was going to go in the creek, yet somehow it stayed on the embankment instead of rolling in the water. He went on to make par and eventually win his first and only green jacket. Who was the golfer? Gloveless. It was Fred Couples. And what was the year? '92. He grew up in Seattle poor and he played without gloves so he could afford to play more golf. Okay, for you guys, Jack Nicklaus owns a record 6 Masters titles. His final championship remains one of the greatest comebacks in golf history. How old was he when he won his last Masters? He was 46. And what did he shoot on the back 9? He shot a 30, which would be 6 under. And for online, I've got Augusta National's co-founder Bobby Jones opposed calling its inaugural event the Masters. He thought it was too pretentious. Under what name was the first Masters tournament at Augusta, or the first tournament at Augusta National held? Question mark. Okay, it was the Augusta National Invitation Tournament, and it was held in 1934. That'll be $2 as well. Happy bucks.
Okay, I am going to give a happy 10 for two things. One, I wrote a children's book as a way to make money for the museum about Tesco and his adventure in 1922 when he escaped the circus and ran all around Sedro Woolley. And the second one is because we are having a Outrun Tesco 3K 5 runner walk on May 10th. And it starts at 11 o'clock. So I put little flyers around in case anyone should want to come and outrun an elephant. It's going to be a pretend elephant, but it's still going to be something. So.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Happy bucks?
Man, we're a sad, sad bunch today.
Okay.
Oh, Carl, right over here.
I got some happy bucks because Yulia went to Russia. No. No, but I'm happy to explain a little bit. Her mom is having a few health issues as most people do, and so she's feeling a little nervous. So she decided on Tuesday to go yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And so that was a quick planning effort for her, but she pulled it off, and we got her on the bus, and she made it to Dubai. So she's sitting there for a day, and then she's going to head on to Russia, and she gets a direct flight from there right to her hometown. So that should work out really well. And it is a great opportunity for her to see her, and hopefully we'll get to go back again this summer. This time with me. I got my visa finally yesterday. And so it's a little tricky to travel to Russia. You can't travel from any NATO country into Russia. So you have to go to a non-NATO country like Dubai or Turkey or somewhere. And you can't get money when you're there. And so you can't do banking. And so fortunately, her brother, fairly loaded, he's a surgeon. And so I think he's going to get her some local money that she'll give him cash for, and so it's going to work out. But yeah, interesting.
That's interesting.
Anyone else?
Gosh. So I have a happy 5, and that's because I'm very excited about the fact that Monique and Sally are here. Monique does a beautiful job within the community. In fact, probably we don't really know everything that she does to make things work in this town. I know that we have Blast from the Past coming up, and I know what a job that is getting it ready. So I'm just very excited that Monique is here, and we need to celebrate her and what she does for us.
Anybody else?
Oh, a happy 5. Grandson turns 3 today, and we're looking forward to the video call later on.
All right. Well, it gives me great pleasure today to introduce our speaker. Back when I started working at the school district, one of the first things they did, Brett Greenwood said, "Oh, you should be our liaison for the Chamber of Commerce." And I said, "Sure, that'll be great." Little did I know he was just trying to get out of that. But as it turned out, I got to serve on the board for several years with Monique when Bola Kelly, our dear late member, was the executive director. And it was always great fun to sit on the board and perhaps be a little sarcastic and have a little fun. but it's been great to see her transition from being a board member and business owner to being the executive director of the chamber. And then she just recently, and I'm sure she'll tell us all about, she just recently brought Sally Johnson on board as to help with marketing and event coordination. So please help me welcome Monique and Sally here today.
That's a little better. I can actually see you now. A little vertically challenged. Thank you, Ruth, for that. We may or may not have had some fun on the board and might have got shushed like you just shushed everybody else a few times. But I do appreciate all your support that you did for the chamber for 6 years. Appreciate that because there was a lot in the transitions. So as she said, I'm Monique Brigham. I'm a lifelong member of Skagit Valley. I was born and raised here. I grew up in Clear Lake and my dad was a logger. And Sally is a lifelong member of the community as well. And I might have snagged her from a member business, not on purpose, but really glad I did because it was one of the best things that has happened to the chamber for a while. I'm not working till 10 o'clock at night anymore. So, neither am I. Yeah. So Sally is our membership and communications coordinator. Any questions about membership, you can reach out to her. She's got some of her cards there. We also have some flyers there on the table on what the chamber does. And then on the back is our upcoming events for the next month. We've got some luncheons and all kinds of fun stuff. See if I get this the right way, maybe. Is this thing on? Maybe? No. There you go. There goes. And then there's Sally's contact information there if you want to take a picture of it. But Sally has been instrumental in getting some new members. We've had 7 new members in the 6 weeks that she's been a chamber employee. So, and I can sit in my office and I've always wondered what it felt like to have somebody stop people before they just walked in the door. So, not that I don't want to invite everybody in, but if I'm on a Zoom, people just walk in sometimes. So she can get them at the door and help them answer questions. So this is our mission and vision. We worked really hard on that last year. The mission of the chamber is providing connections and resources that support sustainable growth and prosperity. And that's my biggest part of my job that I really love is somebody's like, hey, I can't figure out how to do this, or I need this. And I'm like, oh, I know somebody, or I can connect them. I can send them an email and introduce them or give them a phone call and just connect people to the resources that they need, or just another person that can do a better job at answering their questions. Our vision is to establish partnerships and communication with the city, business, and the community. And I just love the communication that we have with our city and the connection. I texted Nathan the other day and said, hey, the flags are falling off. The banners are falling off here. And I saw him this morning and he says, yeah, we got it fixed. And I'm like, aren't you happy that I'm just telling you just the little things, that we don't have anything big going on? Nobody's driving through the promenade lately. But I also adore our mayor and working with Charlie Bush and everybody else that makes my job easier. I can call them if I have a question or if we have an event coming up and we've got some traffic issues. We've been working on all of that. So, and of course, we want to be an inclusive community. And we've got several new members lately. We've got members of color. We've got some Hispanic businesses that have been feeling a lot more comfortable about coming into the chamber, and they just tell us how much they love our community. So next slide. Yeah, and they are involved. That's really nice. So our member benefits, anybody in here a member or work with a member business? Tiffany? So there's a few of you. And thanks for coming, whoever came to the coffee and conversation. I had a Zoom meeting this morning, but Sally, I see a few of you were there, so I appreciate that. And you had questions, and I will be sending out an email to answer those questions later. So we do networking and promotional opportunities. We have a directory listing, and we have a brand new directory coming out in July, and it's more of a community resource guide with the directory in the back. It's a lot more thought out, put together, nice pictures, and just information on the community in general, instead of just this little tiny thing all crammed into one. We do advocacy and support. Back in 2020, I had no clue what Paula did. She asked me to fill in for her. I sat down at her desk. Anybody watch Seinfeld? So there's this one where George Costanza gets a job that he didn't really get, and the boss is gone, and he sits down at this desk, and he has no clue what he's supposed to be doing. And they bring him a file, and I think it's the Penske file, and he's sitting there doing this, and he's building little things on his desk. And at one point, he actually had a little nest under his desk that he was taking a nap in. Well, I'm not a napper, so I had been sitting in on some town hall calls with Rick Larson. I'd been on some calls with Keith and Carolyn, and I just started calling people. How can I help? I went through our directory A to Z, called people. I didn't get a hold of everybody, but I did leave messages where I could, emailed where I could, and just asked, how can I help? Walking down Metcalf, if there was somebody in their shop, I popped in to say hi. And I happened to pop into a business. He's no longer there, but I went in and I says, hey, how can we help? I know you're not a member, but how can we help? He says, I don't think anybody can help me. My unemployment is a mess. They want all this money back. They tell me I didn't deserve it. I didn't earn it. And he did. He'd been paying into it like the rest of us. So I said, I was just sitting on a call. Let me connect you with Senator Wagner's office. Connected him with Shara at Senator Wagner's office. He came in the next week and became a member of the chamber because he was able to get his unemployment straightened out. One business that had liquor control issues, they were just taking forever to get anything done. Months and months, there was red tape and mixed up with the previous owner and just a mess. And I introduced him to Carolyn Eslick, and Carolyn Eslick had their liquor license to them in a week. And this is a business that was operating for months with the old owner's liquor license, and the money was going to the old owner's account, and they weren't going to be able to stay open. So that's the advocacy side of it. And some of it's just listening if they've got an issue, or, just trying to find them help or anywhere that we can work with them. Also, we do the legislative kickoff in January with the multi-chambers. All the Skagit chambers get together. We get all of our state reps in one place, whether it be Zoom or in person, and they tell us what's coming up, what to look for. We get to ask questions. Just ask them, why are we doing this, or what's this, or how can we get support for our housing, our homeless, our food shortages. Then we do a wrap up, and that's coming on May 12th at 9:00 at the Burlington City Council chambers. Anybody is invited to come. And again, we get all of our state reps in one room or via Zoom and one room, and people can ask them questions. We find out what just happened in the last session. I know not all of it's good, but we're all working together with all of the chambers to find out ways that we can help our members, because I know it's really tough right now. Let's see. Oh, and then Ruth had said events, and the mayor talked about Blast from the Past. We have Blast coming up. We have several different vendors. We no longer invite actual food vendors. We have a couple, popcorn, coffee, that kind of thing, but they're funnel cakes, but they're not plopped down in front of our restaurants, because after the pandemic, Paula and I had sat down and I says, why are we putting restaurants in front of restaurants? And she says, because that's something we've always done. And I'm like, but why? So we changed it up, and it took a while to catch on, and people were grumbly that they couldn't maybe get their curly fries. And I'm like, oh, but you can, because the bullpen has them. So that's one of the changes we made to make sure that our members got to see the benefits of Blast from the Past and all the traffic coming through. So now the members do have Blast specials, and, Oliver Hammer has their sidewalk sale, and the other businesses are open. And we have a event software where businesses in town can put their marketing information for free. Hey, Cascade Learning's open. If you're headed into town or out of town, come in and check us out. Or Cascade Pizza has a sale going on. We may not necessarily be right downtown, but we're here. And then, of course, the other businesses can do that as well. And then, of course, our monthly luncheon. It is May 7th next month, and it's Let's Talk About Finances, because Becky Taft is amazing. And she came to me and she says, hey, I would like to get a panel together and talk about fraud and scams and how to spot counterfeit currency. Because there's a lot of people that don't know how to do that. And I know all of you probably get the same text that I do, something from the Philippines that says I have a Washington state toll. So they want to help people identify scams and emails and that kind of stuff. So that will be our next luncheon. It's $21 for members, $25 for guests. If it's your first one and you're interested in the chamber, it's free. We do have a $16 if you're not eating charge. So, but you have to be pre-registered, or even members get charged $25 at the door because our caterers need to know who's coming. You want to talk about
So this is something new. It's a stamp card program. It goes till the end of April. And what we were doing is getting people to participate in local businesses, to shop local, and kind of generate some excitement about going to all the local businesses instead of ordering online, going somewhere else. So all you have to do is make a purchase at any of the participating shops, and there's several of them that have these cards. Doesn't have to be a certain monetary value, just any purchase could be a coffee. And when you fill up your punch card, you bring it into the chamber. We're going to do a drawing. Grand prize is $100 Woolley Bucks, and the second prize is this beautiful tulip print. It's red tulips. It's not very big. It's about this, maybe an 8x10, and it's donated by Tandem Wheels Photography. So if you've ever seen their work, it's gorgeous. They have some work in the chamber. So that is our our stamp card program. So we're pretty excited about it. It's taken a little while for it to get on the ground, so we'll probably do another one for Blast from the Past. So it just takes a little bit of traction. People get used to something fun.
And speaking of Woolley Bucks, has anybody here heard of Woolley Bucks? Okay, Woolley Bucks is a gift card. It's a digital gift card, so we're not wasting plastic. You can print it out. There's a tap option coming soon on your phone, and it's for participating member businesses. If you go to our website, sedro-woolley.com, there is a list of the businesses that accept them. And it is free for our members to join that. All it costs them is your credit card processing fees, just like anything else, any other card. So that started a few years ago. It's starting to take off. I know we had 1,400 in the last 6 or 8 months of people purchasing Woolley Bucks. They're out shopping at Oliver Hammer. They're getting in. So when you're doing your Rotary gift cards, it's nice because it's not just, oh, hey, Lynn won a Shelly Shack gift card. And he might go shopping at Shelly Shack, but he might be happier to go over to Oliver Hammer or somewhere else.
For real estate agents, lenders, that type of thing. If people are new in our community, they can shop wherever they would like. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah. Most of you probably know that you can transfer your tabs and titles and stuff at our office. I don't know if you know that or not. You can do it online, pick them up and skip the lines, or you can do them and we'll mail them to you. We also do fishing licenses. And by the way, fishing licenses are going up 38% in June. So if you get them now, you don't have to pay that extra. But don't tell the girls that already have a line out to the door that I told you to come get your fishing license. We also have Discover passes. All your fishing. We do not have the new regs in yet. We're waiting for them. The state never gets them to us very quickly. But who uses our licensing service? Aren't those girls amazing in there? Paula has been there for almost 14 years. She knows the ins and outs. Vanessa and Gina both have history and experience with it, and they care about you. If there's a loophole, not necessarily, just there's a lot of people that come in frustrated. And if you're nice to them, they'll help you out.
Get creative.
I may or may not send people away if they start yelling. So please don't do that. We have a job board on our Chamber of Commerce website. if you go to that. If you need some help, I can help with that. So it's at sedro-woolley.com. You click on the jobs link. I think it's under resources, and it works like Indeed, but it also Skagit eDask has a job board. Was that you, Chris, this morning that was asking about the job board? Okay, so there is a tab on our website, and then eDask is another great resource for that, and it's free. So you just, skagit.org for that one. Nope, that got kind of mushed up.
Oh, yeah.
There's our board of directors.
About that.
Got a really strong board that has chipped in to help out where they can and make our chamber run smoothly. Anybody here on my board? Oh, thank you. Any previous board members? Thank you. We appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, I had to get a new board member because I stole Sally. Anyway, these are our Kenzie members, and they are our highest tier membership, and they all make the chamber world go round. So thank you all for inviting us here. And if you have any questions, we'll be here for a minute. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Did anyone have any questions since we have a few minutes? Oh, David Lukoff.
Thanks, Julia. I wanted to ask the question about how your board, and you've got a good board, I understand. Of course, I'm sitting next to the president-elect. I need to say that. How, you've got a mission statement, but where in 5 years would you like to see the community? Has your board given you a vision of where they'd like to be in 5 years for the whole community?
Oh boy, that's a big one. Yes, we obviously want more membership. We want to be able to have more businesses in town. Of course, right now we don't have a lot of space for new businesses, which is really exciting because when I got on the board, there were a lot of boarded up windows. So we were focusing on our visitor center and the tourism. We're working closely with the Tourism Bureau to make sure we get those visitors that are driving right on past that way and right up that way. So that's a big part of our goal is tourism, working with our new hotel and the existing one to make sure that we get the visitors that are just driving on by. More services for our members is we're working on that. We also have been working on some free member programming like our social media marketing classes and any other programs that we can help members grow their business. So, any other questions? Carl?
How many members are there?
We are at 242.
And what's the membership fee annually?
Well, it starts at $175 for individuals and nonprofit, and then there is a support membership that is $295, and that's up to like 11 or 12 members, and then $590, $885, and then the Kenzie membership starts at $1475. Thanks for asking.
So I drive through Sedro Woolley and I see, like you say, there's a lot of businesses that are in the places. I drive through Mount Vernon and it seems like half of them are empty. What's our secret to keeping businesses in Sedro Woolley?
I think we're being more inclusive and more intentional with our advertising for our businesses, and the city has been really good to work with. And we have parking, and we don't have somebody that's giving us a ticket when we park maybe too long. That helps. Because I know Mandy Rothman, when the United Way was downtown Mount Vernon and she was a CEO, she was getting tickets regularly. Even if she went and moved her car, she was on the same street and the parking cop, whatever, would come. I didn't say it. She would come and still ticket her, even though she had moved her car down the street, down the block, around the block. So we don't have that, thankfully, here, and hopefully we never do. Again, nah, you said it. The city has been really, really great to work with for our businesses. We have a gal in Louis' old building that they've been working on it for a few years and they struggled a little bit, but they've gone to the city and they've worked with them and they are actually probably about 8 months from opening. So, because they had to redo the whole, they redid the whole inside of that building. So I don't know yet. I might have some rumors and I might have some ideas, but I don't quite know yet. So we're excited though. They're great people. She's been a volunteer at the chamber since I knocked on her door and said, "What you doing?" Yeah. Any other questions?
Monique,
Mm-hmm.
I'm up here. Hey.
I'm like, who's
Hi,
talking?
I got a mic. So at the chamber a few months ago, we had talked about how to get more of the chamber members involved in local service clubs. Do you have any ideas as to when we could have some speed dating happening for that for our local service clubs?
Most of our membership meetings for the rest of the year are booked up, but let me think on that a little bit more. I've had some ideas on some outside chamber luncheon ideas, so we'll connect.
Okay.
Anything else?
All right. Well, thank you very much. All right. I think that's it. And guess what? I have the best news of the entire day. We don't have to put the tables away. So we're adjourned.